Well, praise the Lord, everybody. Wow, y'all look like y'all having a good time tonight. Well, just tell somebody my heart is fixed. Tell somebody my heart is fixed. All right. I believe we're going to have a little church before we go home. Yeah. Ooh, yeah. My heart is fixed on you, oh God. My heart is fixed on you, oh God. My heart is fixed on you, oh God. And I see oh, my heart is fixed on you, oh God. My heart is fixed on you, oh God. My heart is fixed on you, oh God. That's why I'm gonna give your praise. I will bless you, Lord, at all times. His praise shall continually be in my mouth. Hey, my heart is fixed. My heart is fixed on you, oh God. Anybody know your heart? My heart is fixed on you, oh God. My heart is fixed on you, oh God. One more thing, listen. My heart is fixed on you, oh God. That's why I can sing and pray, yeah. I will bless your name at all times, and his praise shall continually be in my mouth. Oh, my heart is fixed on you, oh God. My heart is fixed. Yeah, yeah, yeah. My heart is fixed. Yes, it is. I'm gonna I will bless the Lord. Oh, at all times. His praise, yes, continually be in my mouth. Bless the Lord. Oh, that's what I came to do, all your nation. Praise him, all ye people. Come on, y'all, put your hands together. Anybody gonna bless him tonight? I dare you to make some noise right here. Hey, my heart is fixed on you, oh God, my heart. Everything that I knew, the heart. Hey, my heart is fixed on you, oh God, my heart. Hey, I don't care what the devil say, my heart. Hey, it's fixed on you, oh God, can't go nowhere. Hey, my
I want you to pay close attention to me. It's going to save your life. People wonder why their minds is all in turmoil. They wonder why they can't hardly think straight. They wonder why they don't have any finances. They wonder why their families are always arguing, going and coming, husband and wife. It's because of the thought process. The Lord woke me up on Tuesday morning and said, I want you to teach the people about thoughts. I said, huh? He said, you tell them they're thought watchers. Listen carefully. You're thought watchers. If you control your thought and watch over your thoughts, I promise you, you won't have no more trouble. See, thoughts originate from two places, from the outside and from the inside. The outside thoughts come from the enemy, not from God. You follow me? So then when your thoughts are the right thoughts, watch this here. Get me real quick, 40 in the Psalms, the 40th chapter and the 5th verse. See, remember now, Psalm 40 and 4 and 5. Thoughts means that I'm thinking about something. Your mind, your mind houses your thoughts. Without a mind, you couldn't have no thoughts. Watch this here. In the book, Change Your Thoughts, Change the World. And trust me, if you change your thoughts, you will change your world. We wrote, your belief brings your thoughts. Your thoughts bring your words. Words bring action. Action bring habits. Habits bring values. Whatever your habit is your value. And your value become your destiny. So destiny and belief is together. What you believe you're destined for, you're destined for. Watch it here. What did it say, son?
Psalms 40 and 4.
Go ahead.
Blessed is the man that maketh the Lord his trust.
Go ahead, son.
And respecteth not the proud, nor such a man aside to lie.
Go ahead.
Many, O Lord God.
What now?
Many, O Lord my God, are thy wonderful works.
What now?
Are thy wonderful works, which thou hast done.
Read it.
And thy thoughts, which are to us usward.
In other words, his thoughts are always with us. His thoughts got to be our thoughts. Our thoughts cannot be his thoughts. His thoughts got to be our thoughts. God said, make the people thought watchers. Make them. Just like I told you, son. He said, you and all the people that belong to me are watchmen on the wall. He said, Nehemiah on the wall wouldn't dare come off that wall. He had a work to do. And I tell all of you now, things are going this way and that way, but God has never moved. So then the enemy want to get into your thoughts. He get into your thoughts, he can get in your heart. He get in your heart, he can get into your spirit. And you don't want that to happen to you. So you're thought watchers. Watch this here now. When you look at right quick, you can have a bad thought or a good thought. Get me real quick, 6 and 19 of Jeremiah. And also, I want you to give me also 1 Chronicles 28 and 9. And read for me real quick. Thoughts, read it for me.
Jeremiah 6 and 19. Hear, O earth.
Read.
Behold, I will bring evil upon this people.
Now notice something now. I'm going to bring on you what you think. Y'all follow me? If you think the wrong thing, God has to bring what you think back to you. Are you listening to me? When I say back to you, everything that you think that's wrong, read for me.
I will bring evil upon this people.
What? Go ahead, son.
Even the fruit of their thoughts.
In other words, whatever your thoughts is produce fruits. And God is saying, if you think evil, I'm going to bring evil upon you. Why? Because God never thinks evil. That means something is wrong with you. Notice something also. Hold where you at. Give me Matthew 15, 19 and Mark the 7th chapter and the 21st verse. Watch here now. It's the strangest thing, but when Jesus talked, they asked Jesus, and Jesus said, washing your hands and not washing hands and eating don't defile a man. But it's the first thing he said. What did he say? Read for me.
Matthew 15 and 19.
Read it.
For out of the heart proceed evil thoughts.
What now?
Proceeds evil thoughts.
Hold it. The first thing is evil thoughts. Evil thoughts. It comes from the heart. Read for me.
Mark 7 and 21. For from within, out of the heart of men, proceed evil thoughts.
Keep reading for me.
Adultery.
Read.
Fornication. Murderers.
Read.
Thefts. Covetousness.
Read it.
Wickedness.
Read.
Deceit.
Read.
Lasciviousness. And an evil eye.
What now?
And an evil eye.
An evil eye. An evil thought can give you an evil eye. You ever looked at somebody and a thought came to your mind and you left it there and the thought began to multiply more and more, and after a while that thought will tell you that person got something against me. When reality, it's not the person, it's the evil that coming out of you. Those that belong to God cannot think evil. It's impossible because evil is not in them. When you look at the scriptures, the first thing that shows up is an evil thought. And thoughts, watch this here. Look at it. 4 and 14 of Jeremiah. Also, give me, I ain't got 28 9 of First Chronicles record. Read for me.
Jeremiah 4 and verse 14.
Go ahead.
O Jerusalem, wash thine heart from wickedness.
What now?
Wash thine heart from wickedness.
Say it again.
Wash thine heart from wickedness, that thou mayest be saved.
Bishop Jefferson, everybody around, you wash your heart from wickedness. Because that's where the evil thoughts come. Read, son.
That thou mayest be saved.
Read.
How long
Read.
shall thy vain thoughts lodge within thee?
What now?
How long shall thy vain thoughts lodge within thee?
Hold it. Now get me Psalms 119 and 113. You see, when you look at the scriptures, vain thoughts is thoughts that do not glorify God, but the thoughts that come against people, and your own thoughts can kill you. Read it for me.
Psalms 119 and 113.
Read it.
I hate vain thoughts.
Hold it. I hate vain thoughts. Who can give me, what's the word, Roger, can you give me what vain mean? What do vain mean? Keep reading for me, son.
I hate vain thoughts.
Read it.
But thy law do I love.
Oh my God. I hate vain thoughts. It don't profit nothing to have vain thoughts. But thy law do I love. When you love the law of God, listen very carefully. That means vain thoughts cannot come into your heart. Y'all got the word, what does vain mean?
Vain. Too proud of your own appearance.
What now?
Too proud of your own appearance, abilities.
How many of y'all like that, especially you sisters? I mean, you look in that mirror, you think you all that. Well, you ain't all that. No, Jesus is all that. Read from it. Go ahead, son.
Too proud of your own appearance, abilities, or achievements.
In other words, you done got all this. You got a new job. You staying home now. You're a stay-home mother. Somebody said even a man is staying home now. There ain't nothing wrong with that. They staying home, got their little job and going on. No, God put you home. I said, God put you home. See, what's happening here now, the whole world has changed. It's never, ever going to be the same again. Not ever. Remember, I told you that. It's never going to be the same again. All this is beginning of sorrows. All this is showing us that God is showing the whole world. Watch it here. 1 John 2:19, 5:19. He's showing the whole world who he is. But who's the key to it? The world will never see it. Only those that belong to God will see what God is doing. The world don't see nothing what God is doing. All they see is that it's a pandemic. But first of all, who brought the pandemic? Where did it come from? It didn't sneak up on it. God sent it. You may not believe me, but God sent it. Anytime the world gets too wicked and God want to slow it down, it sends a panic. Read from it.
1 John 5:19. And we know that we are of God. And the whole world.
What now?
The whole world.
Read.
Life in wickedness.
Wait now. We know who we are, but the world don't know it's in wickedness. It has no idea that it's wicked. We know it. We see it every day. And our lives or our mind or God's mind can process what's going on around us. People cannot process what's going on. They cannot get to God because they don't belong to God. Only those that belong to God gonna get to God. Y'all follow me? Now watch the 1 John 2:19. Only those that belong to God can get to God. Otherwise, they can never ever get to God. God said, be thought watchers. Watch your thoughts. Don't let your thoughts control you. Control every thought. And don't let nothing come through your gate. Remember now, we're styled as being gates. Read for me, son.
1 John 2:19.
Read it.
They went out from us.
Read.
But they were not of us. For if they had been of us,
read, son,
they would have no doubt continued with us.
Read it.
But they went out that they might be made manifest that they were not all of us.
Don't think everybody's with you because they're not. You know how you're going to find out who's with you and who's with God? Those that's with God going to act godly and be godly. Those that are not with God cannot act godly. They cannot be godly. And here's the key to it. They really believe that they're saved. The Pope came on TV the other day and surprised me. And you can't hardly surprise me. They asked him, say, how about homosexuality? He was smart now. He's smart. He said that the church would never sanction nothing like that, and everybody in sin, in short version, everybody in sin is going to hell. And he left it like that. He's smooth. He's smooth now. What's his name? Benedict? What's his name? He's smooth now. He just said it and walked off. You follow me. Watch here now. If you think that folks listen, you're crazy. I mean, we'll lose a lot of members like that. Y'all follow me? A lot of members. What I'm telling you all, listen very carefully. Whatever you do, come back to bite you if it's wrong. If it's right, ain't got to worry about it. But listen very carefully. It's over. Let me say it again. So help me, God, it's over. You don't even see it's over. Our people are doing everything. They taking the Asian people now and beating them up and knocking them, trying to hurt them just to steal money. Because it's over now. And those that belong to God know. You don't belong to God, you don't know. Watch here. 1 John 5:20. See, when you understand who God is, God gives you an inkling, God lets you know who he really is. And you just know. What do it say?
1 John 5:20.
Read it.
And we know that the Son of God is come.
What now?
That the Son of God is come.
And you tell something that we is me. Tell him. Tell him. That we is. Read, son. Go ahead.
And have given us an understanding.
Read.
That we may know him that is true.
In other words, he only gonna let people know that's going to heaven. Nobody else is gonna know. Those just like coming back, he's gonna come back in the air. And only those that belong to God gonna go back with it. Look, watch this here. First, let's learn real quick. The 4th chapter, begin to read about the 11th verse. And I think I 28:9 the First Chronicles. Read from it.
1 Thessalonians 4:11.
Read it.
And that you be studied to be quiet.
What now?
And that ye study to be quiet.
In other words, think about it. Take your spirit and God's mind and don't let the enemy disturb you. Study to be quiet and mind your own business. Why, Bishop? Because the night is far spent and the day is at hand. He's close now than they were yesterday. Read from it, son.
And to do your own business.
Read it.
And to work with your own hand.
Read it.
As we command you.
Read.
That you walk honestly.
Read.
Toward them that are without.
Read it.
And that ye may lack of nothing.
What now?
And that ye may have lack of nothing.
Now, watch that now. If you really do what's right, God will make sure. I said God will make sure you're like nothing. When you read Philippians 2:19, 4:19, my God shall supply all of my needs, but according to his riches and his glory. But 2:13 and 14, it said, it is God that works in you. Remember this here. Whatever going on in your life, whatever turmoil is going, God's working in your life. Both to will, now put your will in here and do of his own good pleasure. That 14th verse, do all things without murmuring. You follow me? If you murmur, you ain't getting nothing from God. It's showing you don't really trust God. You don't believe God. But I'm telling you again, it's over. Watch this here now. It'll never, ever be the same again. They said you got over 1,000 people just died on this day. And over 5,000 some got it again. So it's not over for people that belong to God. It's over for those who don't belong to God. I'm not saying because you belong to God you won't get corona. I've had folks in the ministry get corona. But nobody died because God was showing them he can protect them even during the pandemic.
One birth, one child, one cross, one crown, one drop of blood was enough to change the world. And I know you can save me with just one touch. So, one touch from the Master's hand is my desire. One touch from the Master's hand is my desire. Yeah. One touch from the Master's hand is my desire. One touch from the Master's hand is my desire. King of glory, I bow before thee. Transform me with your power. I'll grab hold and I won't let you go. Because when you touch me, I'll be made whole.
Go right quick to Second Samuel right quick, 24. Now, let me jump down right here. Now, David made God angry. Please don't make God angry. Don't do it. Don't do it. He made God angry. And God told him to choose 3 things. One out of 3 things. You see, you cannot count the people in Israel without taking a sum of money from them. Y'all follow me? If you do, just hold it real quick. Get me Exodus 30th chapter and begin to read for me about the 11th and 12th verse. Watch this here. You cannot take a sum of money from nobody without counting, without taking some of money you cannot count for. What do it say?
Exodus 30 and 11.
Go ahead.
And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying,
Read.
When thou takest the sum of the children of Israel.
What now?
When thou takest the sum of the children of Israel.
Now, believe it or not, we are spiritual Israel. Y'all follow me? We are spiritual Israel. Read, son.
After their number. Then shall they give every man a ransom.
What now?
Then shall they give every man a ransom.
I believe a ransom is that if you get kidnapped or something or whatever, a ransom said, I'm going to pay to get you out of there. Hello. That's a ransom. Every man going to give for his ransom for his soul. Read from it, son.
Shall give every man a ransom for his soul.
Read.
Unto the Lord.
Read.
When thou numberest them.
Read.
That there be no plague among them.
Hold it. That there be no plague. Corona is a plague that God sent, not the devil. Devil don't have that kind of power. Hello, somebody. God sent the plague. You number them. You take a ransom. I will put a plague upon you. You see, an angel always brings the plague. Let me say it again. An angel always brings the plague. And it always comes from God. Even if God let the enemy do it, it's because he sent for people who don't want to do what's right. 16th verse.
Verse 16.
Read it.
And thou shalt take the atonement money of the children of Israel.
Read it.
And shall appoint it for the service of the tabernacle of the congregation.
Hold it. We're restoring the church on Nebraska Avenue. Many of you have given, and thank God for you. The atonement money that you give or your tithes and offering, it goes to help redo Deeper Life Church in Tampa because it's got to open again. And I say this again. 90% of you got born again in that church house. You came from Africa, came from this place and that place and every place. And God saved your soul in that place. I mean, the streets was full, people were everywhere. And God allowed us, all of us, to bring people from crack houses to his house, from whole houses to his house.
Yes, sir.
From houses with truck houses to his house. And you got delivered and set free in that place. That's why we got to get it back together. Walking down the road the other day and I saw all the people filling up again. Well, that's how God do. He fill it up We take it in the church house, and God bless them, be sanctified. Then he let us close it down and come to Brandon to fill it up again. What is right now. Know something about a tree. At certain seasons, there's no fruit on it. Are y'all listening to me? There's no fruit in a certain season. But after a while, after all the fruit is gone, it comes back again. And the same thing with people. They're all over the park, they're everywhere. Because it's time to reap again. And let me tell you this here, if you help us reap these souls by blessing God's house, trust me, you'll no wise lose your reward. But God said, you got to be a thought watcher. Plan for eternity. Don't plan for tomorrow. You've never saw tomorrow. I'm 72 years old. I've never saw tomorrow. Every time I wait for tomorrow, today show up. Hello. Every time I go out for tomorrow, today show up all over again. And I'm telling you, today it's time to bring folks to God's house and bless them to come out of sins. Father, I thank you for giving me a heart to serve you. All of you that don't have a heart to serve God, ask him. Just ask him. Say, Lord, I need a heart to serve you. Watch here. Matthew 7, record in 11. I need a heart to serve you. You have not called, you ask not. Lord, I need a heart to give so you can bless me. I want to seek you. Read it for me.
Matthew 7 and 11.
Read it.
If ye then, being evil,
read it,
know how to give good gifts.
Read. Go back to the ninth verse. Let's start the ninth verse. Read it for me. Read it.
Or what man is there of you,
read it,
whom if his son asks bread,
read,
will he give him a stone?
Read.
Or if he asks a fish, will he give him a serpent?
Read it.
If ye then, being evil, know how to give good gifts,
read it,
unto your children,
read, sir,
how much more shall your Father which is in heaven give good things to them?
If you ask him, you would get it. Just ask him. All he's saying is ask me. But when you ask me, be sure you're doing right. Look real quick at Jeremiah the 5th chapter, 24th verse. When you ask me, he's saying, do what's right. Bless my house. Let me bless you. Read it for me.
Jeremiah 5 and 24.
Read it.
Neither say they in their heart,
read,
let us now fear the Lord our God.
Read.
That he giveth rain to both the former and the latter.
He do what now?
He giveth rain.
Read.
Both the former and the latter.
Read it.
In his season.
Read it.
He reserveth unto us.
Read.
The appointed weeks of the heart.
I love it. Go ahead on, son.
Your iniquity.
What now?
Your iniquity.
Say it again.
Your iniquities.
Be smooth with it. Say it again.
Your iniquity.
Read it.
Have turned away these things.
What now?
Have turned away these things.
Read.
And your sin.
Read.
Have withholden good things from you.
Hold it. You want to be blessed? Come out of your mess. Come out of your mess.
Yes, sir.
And I promise you, he'll bless you abundantly. All God is saying, seek me while it's time. Do right, and I'll bless you. Pray to me. We got the 60-second prayer. Some of y'all don't even keep it. God made a way that you can pray 12 times a day for 30 seconds or 60 seconds. It's called a 60-second prayer. If you pray in the morning from 6 at 6, then you go to 6:01 and on. You done been on prayed 12 times that day. 12 times. Get up, go get some water. Pray. Pray 60 seconds. It's called the 60-second prayer. The Lord woke me up and said, son, give me 60 seconds of your life. I never forget it, years ago. I said, huh? He said, if you give me 60 seconds, I'll give you the whole day. Listen, I got to quit. We'll be back with this later on. but I'm not never about through. So I want you to hang in there, hang on there the whole 9 yards. And remember this here, send your tithes offering so God can bless you. God want to bless you. He want to give you everything you could ask or think. So for right now, I'll say to you, bye-bye. See you later. In Jesus' name, amen.